Patreon member shout out.
Something about you, girl. It just make my head spin around the world.
Hello, it is us, the Real Veve Vision, coming at you with another Veve OMI update video. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everybody say hello to Dashy.
Hello, Dashy.
Disclaimer, we are not professionals. We are not financial advisors. This is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence and enjoy the video.
Shout out the real Randy Chavez. We're first going to be starting with the top 10 incoming things coming to Veve. And we're going to be talking about if we think they're going to come in this year, maybe next year. And yeah, so let's get right into it. The first thing we have is the upgraded showroom. So we can see here, there's going to be new platforms coming to the showrooms. Right now, we don't have any type of platform. We don't have any type of shelf, and we don't have comics and showroom. And we know comics and showroom is probably going to be here decently soon. I'd say within the next couple months. I'm almost certain about in the next couple months, but I'm not sure when we're going to start seeing these new platforms and stuff like that. I think it's going to be bought with MCP points, which we'll get into a second, but I'm thinking it's going to be coming this year to see all this, what we're seeing right here.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. And like Carter said, I think this is going to tie in a lot with MCP. So we might see this kind of closer to when MCP comes out, but also peep that little poster in the back there, the back right, Simpsons.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know. I'm hyped for that. Just from this little clip, it reminded me of that. But yeah, I think this is something we can expect relatively short term, but probably later this year. I think they're kind of focused on some other things, which we'll get into. But
yes, sir. Next, we have Master Collectors Program. So when do you think this is coming out? If anybody doesn't know, they're basically awarding people for owning collectibles and purchasing sets and so on. If you guys haven't checked out, go to Master Collectors Program Veve on the internet, and it'll probably pull up the page and it'll show you how many points you're getting for each set and collectible.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a minute. It could be like the end of the year they drop this, but I feel like they're going to get some other things that we'll talk about first.
I think it's going to be towards the end of the year, maybe like end of Q3, if I were to guess.
Yeah, I don't know. In general, though, I think it's going to be a minute until we see this. They might start integrating it a little sooner, but even I know they're rolling it out in stages. I think there's like 3 phases or something like that, but I don't even think we'll see phase 3 until closer to the end of this year.
Yeah,
but
I think we'll start seeing phase 1 definitely sooner than that. Like, I don't even know, maybe towards like July we'll start seeing like maybe a phase 1 or just like some sort of implementation with just like the Master Collectors like level. It'll start showing us maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll have to wait and see, and let us know in the comments down below what your guys' favorite upcoming feature is for Veve. But next we have the upgraded feed / TikTok and Instagram integration. So I do think there's going to be some sort of upgrade with the feed, at least maybe make it a little bit more smooth and make it so you can hopefully double tap pictures and videos and
so
hopefully
you
videos
can comment and just do things without it lagging out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that'll keep more people in the app, and just seeing more collectibles in your feed. It's going to show like the people who actually take the really good AR pictures and stuff like that. It'll actually give them some rewards for posting them, because then more people will be following them, liking the videos, and you're getting Master Collectors points if you interact with the feed. So that's going to be super sweet as well.
And I like that Carter included TikTok and Instagram here, because since their priorities seem to be on other things right now, I'm wondering if they are going to maybe lean towards like outsourcing and more so like partnering with some social media companies rather than trying to like create their own social media from the ground up, just because, like we've said, it doesn't run the smoothest. And even though they could definitely be allocating time to that and a lot of effort and money towards fixing that, I feel like they're definitely focused on other stuff right now. So I think it'll be a minute until we see them really upgrade their own feed. But if they decide to partner with someone else, I could see that maybe happening a little sooner.
Yeah, I would think maybe they wouldn't partner with somebody until they have almost all these features, like maybe TikTok, Instagram. And I should have added Snapchat, because I think Snapchat would be a perfect one for this.
Like
if you could go filter, switch over to Veve, you just log into your Veve account right there, click it, and then throw any collectible. It'll maybe show even your mint number with it. That'd be super sweet. And I do think that's coming at some point. Next, we have OMI staking tiers. So there are 5 staking tiers. We only have 3 staking tiers that we know of, and they're also going to be a little bit different. So this is just an old one for tier 1, nothing huge here, but there's also going to be $25,000 staking tiers and $50,000 staking tiers, when they originally only went up to $10,000. So putting the higher staking tiers out there when they finally do, that's going to make more people want to buy OMI, because they're going to want to hit those higher levels compared to before. If the max was only 10,000, like what are the whales going to do with only 10,000? Like, so that's going to boost the OMI price a little bit and reward more people for holding OMI.
Yeah. It's also just interesting to me how it's defined in terms of like how much like dollars worth of OMI you own rather than like how many OMI tokens there like that you own. So I don't know. I think that's a interesting dynamic that could definitely reward people who maybe invest early, since a lot of people assume OMI will perform well, their investment will appreciate. And so I don't know. I kind of like that aspect, and I'm interested to see how that plays out. But in terms of timeline, what are you thinking? Because I feel like it's probably
I'm thinking around the phase one. I'm thinking it's going to be around the same phase one as the MCP, which is probably going to be maybe third quarter end of that, around there, if I were to guess. But we also know that there's, I think, some sort of utility coming to OMI hashtag soon. So think of the next couple months, we're definitely going to see at least something coming with OMI.
Yeah.
Next, we have the Ecomi card. So this one is actually super sweet. A lot of you guys, I feel like, don't know about this, even though we have showed it like probably 2 or 3 times. It's going to be super cool. It's going to be holding your crypto and the NFTs on the card. And hopefully they incorporate a thing where if you show your phone above the card, you can like scroll through all the collectibles you have held on the card or something like that, because it'd be a cool, nice way to save it. And I know you guys just saw that next one. You're like, give me that money transfer license. But yeah, I think this is going to be sweet. I'm super excited about this one.
Yeah.
What about you?
And I think this could be relatively short term, just because it seems like they're kind of getting into like the physical realm or whatever it's called, like the physical and digital, kind of combining those. And I feel like this relates to that a little bit. And I also think that this is just some like nice utility to have. So I could see this coming out a little bit sooner. It also seems like they've been working on this for a long time compared to some other things. Yeah. I mean, compared to other things where they've kind of announced that like they've switched gears and that wasn't their initial focus and stuff like that. So
yes, sir. That card is going to be sweet though. And that the fact that they're going to be customizable probably is super sweet. Next, we have the one and only, the one that nobody cares about. Nobody cares about the money transfer. Just kidding.
Yeah, let's just skip this one.
Yeah, let's skip this. Okay, MTL, money transfer license. We all want it. We all don't have it. Let's get mad and angry about it.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But if you guys didn't know, Recur actually did implement the global cash out today. So that does suck that we don't have it at Veve yet. But I mean, takes time. Recur does not have an app. And that's the one thing that's stopping Veve, because Veve has an iOS app and Recur doesn't have an app at all. And so once Veve gets their web app, which I think, well, the web app is going to be coming this year.
I mean,
right?
they previewed it in the recent video. I think it's definitely kind of in, I don't know, somewhat close to final stages of development. I don't want to say like how far they are. I have no idea, but I do think that we could see that relatively soon. And I do think that that could help, I don't know, with a lot of these issues that they're having in terms of like I don't even know, just all of like the paperwork that they're having to fill out and all of that stuff. So I think that'll definitely help with the money transfer license. We also heard that the canceling like transfers and stuff like that, I think was one step of MTL. I'm not sure if they brought that back. I saw something like
no transfers still.
Transfers are still gone. Okay.
And also with this, we can talk a little bit about KYC, because KYC I think is coming soon. I think it's going to be coming around in a month, maybe, because I think they really want KYC out now, just because, I mean, we just saw a huge little money scandal happen.
Yeah. And just bots in general, I think that should help more than, I mean, I'm not aware of all the different types of bot control, but I definitely think a know your customer implementation will help in terms of knowing how many people have how many accounts and all that jazz. So
yes, sir.
Related
also,
to that queue system.
Yeah.
Is that what you're about to say or no?
No, I was just going to say, let us know in the comments down below if you guys agree with KYC for all, or if you guys think KYC should only be with some people. Personally, I think KYC should be with everybody. I know it's like not as fun to like go in and then put it all your stuff in, which is going to draw back maybe some new users coming in. But I think in the long run, it's going to be better, because it's going to be like safer. Like a lot of people are going to still be in the app with KYC or not without KYC. But then everybody that's going for the drops would be a real person instead of bot account. So I think overall, that's just going to help everybody. Let us know in the comments down below, though, why you wouldn't want a KYC.
Yeah. And also just to like restate, I think as soon as they drop the KYC or implement that, I think queue system will come soon after that, which I know a lot of people have been looking forward to, myself included.
Next, we have the Pokemon / Nintendo announcement. So this is going to be a big one when this comes. And it's just speculation this is coming. But I mean, head licenser Elcon, he owns the license to Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, all that jazz. So if I were to be a betting man, I would bet that Pokemon and Nintendo is coming to Veve. And when do you think this is going to be announced? Because I think this year, I think there will be a Pokemon Nintendo announcement. I just don't know if it's going to be sooner or later. I think it's probably going to be at least within this year, and earliest probably around 2-3 months. What do you think?
I do not think it would be that soon, because I feel like before
you don't think they'd announce it? I'm not talking drop it. I'm talking announce it.
I could maybe see them announcing it, but I think that before they make any big moves related to Pokemon, they're going to want to make sure that the app and everything they have is running smoothly. There's not a bunch of bots on the app. So I think there's a lot of steps we have to get through before we make it to something like this. They could announce it to kind of maintain some hype, but I feel like they would maybe keep it in their back pocket unless like some competition comes out and has something that they might, need to pull out that little card they've got saved up. But once again, all speculation, but I think it'll be a minute until we see them announced anything like that, just because I think they're going to want things to be in tip top shape so that any new users coming in aren't discouraged or deterred from the app and kind of writing terrible reviews like we've seen happen before. So
next we have Immutable X. So did you see the new HRO cards sell on Immutable X? Because one sold today for $22,000.
Yes, sir.
Imagine one Veve NFTs go on there, because that is going to be very, very bullish. I didn't originally think Immutable X would be that bullish, but once Immutable X comes, we're going to be able to take our NFTs onto Immutable and then sell them for other cryptos. And I think personally, the physical, I mean, not physical, the basically physical, because you can look all around them and stuff. That's kind of how I feel about Veve, is like the 3D collectible, I think is going to go for a lot more than the 2D cards, in my opinion. And so I think Immutable X is actually extremely bullish, which I didn't originally think until a $22,000 sale happened today.
Yeah. I mean, it is one sale. Who knows what's really going on there? But I do think it shows that people are willing to spend money on it still. I know there's kind of been, a lot of buzz about like NFTs on the decline or whatever in terms of popularity. But yeah, it was definitely reassuring to see that. And like you said, I think Veve NFTs stand a really good chance in there. Small artists and big IP, if we manage to get those onto Immutable X. And I mean, with the partnership with OpenSea, I think that really opens it up. But do you know how many mints they have for the Mythic HRO card? Because that's what I'm really wondering.
Yeah, I don't know though. I still think Veve takes it with the it's a 3D collectible. It's completely different in my opinion, but we'll have to see how they perform.
Very different, but we will have to see. And that's where I think if Veve starts getting into a little more limited edition stuff, like they've mentioned before, maybe some one-of-ones, which they've kind of hinted at before, and just rare stuff in general, I definitely think that'll help, fetch at a better price when something like Immutable X does come. So we'll have to see, but yeah, definitely excited for that.
Next, we have the Veveverse. So this is supposedly coming in 2022, but that's just kind of like a saying. I think it's not going to be like some VR headset you walk in. Honestly, it might be like there might be an application on Oculus that you can walk into and set up your showroom in that. Like that actually is very, very likely now that I'm thinking about it.
I could see something like that, but I still think they are definitely going to be big on the AR. I think they'll definitely be dabbling in both. And I think if we're really getting into like a Veveverse, an entire, little world, I think that would definitely be VR, but I think they're also going to really focus on a lot of augmented reality implementation. And I mean, we've shown the kind of like, Niantic light ship glasses that they've developed, and we've got like Apple Glass or something like that coming out. So I'm really excited to see what they do with augmented reality. And I don't know if that'll be the Veveverse exactly, but yeah, definitely excited. And I don't know, just the innovation they've had in this space in terms of that. And I think they'll continue to do that. So
yes, sir. And then lastly for this, and then we're getting into price predictions, we have some bullet points. We got premium market listings. This one is going to be sweet because I'm ready for that market to go back to how it used to be. I'm not liking how the market is right now, where you have to click it and no new listings pop up. Premium market listings is basically going to be that old tab that all the collectibles used to go up the second they get listed. So I'm guessing you'd probably have to be OMI staking or have some sort of MCP level, or maybe use your points to put a premium listing up. But I think just having that is going to be super sweet.
I think they mentioned that you only get the premium market listings by paying for the subscription service. And I'm also, is that wrong?
I don't think, I think there's also MCP and OMI staking tiers that do it.
Yeah, that could be, but I don't know. I'm curious to see if this means like you can only list and get like some kind of premium listing or whatever, or like you're paying for that space, or if it like allows you to have access and like only people with premium market access or something to view the old market. Because that's what I would really prefer, not just like listing something there, but just having the access to the tab that shows you all of the stuff that's just been listed on the market, because that's what really gives you the advantage, especially for sniping really good deals. So I don't know. I'm excited to see what they do with that too. But
yes, sir. We also have trading NFTs. So since transfers is turned off, I think trading is going to be super sweet, especially with that Marvel tax. You won't have to pay that full Marvel tax if you can trade them. Also, selling full sets is super sweet, because if you collect the same mint number or mint numbers that are kind of the same, like all mint numbers under 1,000 or something like that, those are going to be going for more than a just random set. There's also more AR features, which with the OMI staking, we know that there's more AR features as one of the tiers. Not sure what that would be, but have that to look forward to. We also have the battle pass type of thing, which we were just talking about, hopefully premium market listings. And maybe some NFTs will be like the golden moments, could possibly have a little animation if you have the battle pass or something like that. There's also renting NFTs. So if say I've always loved the secret rare Spider-Man, if I could rent that for like 15 gems for the day, take some pictures, take some videos with it, I think that would be super sweet. And then we also have the web app, which we talked about. I do think that is coming pretty soon.
Yeah, definitely. Probably one of the earlier things in terms of like the timeline out of all these things we've talked about. But
yes, sir.
Let's get into the Moon Knight.
Okay. Yeah, we got the Moon Knight dropping tomorrow. We have 2 drops. The first one is going to be these 2, the Moon Knight 1 and Moon Knight 2. And then they drop after, which is about 3 hours after. It's going to be the Mr. Knight 1 and Mr. Knight 2. Right before we start that, we're going to start with 2 Patreon shout outs per video. So first 2 today is going to be Kelly Gordon and Dawson Geek.nft. Shout out to the Patreons. Thank you guys so much. Yes, helps out a lot. First, we have the Moon Knight number 1. We're going to do the first 2 commons, and then we'll do the ultra rare. So what are you thinking for this one? Because we were talking before and we think that this common is a little bit cooler. The Moon Knight number 1 is a little bit cooler.
I don't know.
Mr. Knight number 1.
I could see people maybe liking this more because it's like a little more simple or something like that. But the one that pops out to me is definitely the first drop. Both of them, I think they will fetch a higher price relative to the other ones, just because I think they're way more detailed. Subjectively, I think they look better. I think they've just got like the little gold detail and you can get close and look at all of the wraps and everything. Whereas this, when you zoom in, it doesn't seem like there's too much.
It still seems pretty detailed.
Yeah, it definitely seems good. But comparing the 2, I think the first one takes the cake for sure.
Definitely.
But let us know what you guys think. Yeah. So really like that.
For the first 2 commons, we're thinking this one's going to be sitting around from 35 to 45 gems. And for the other common, we're thinking it's going to be sitting from 45 to 55 gems. Yeah. So this one's probably going to be sitting around retail, or if not even a little bit above retail. I think this one might honestly sit above retail just because it looks pretty sweet. And I think in AR, it's going to look pretty sweet too.
Overall, I just think that has a way better chance of returning to retail or hovering around there, maybe surpassing retail. But the other one, I'm not so sure about. It just doesn't really seem to stand out to me. I don't think it'll stand out a whole lot in the market, but we'll have to see. Let us know in the comments which one your favorite is, because I feel like a bunch of people are going to end up liking the second one and disagree, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. So for these ones, we're saying maybe 80 to 100 for this ultra rare, just because again, it doesn't stand out as much as the other one. And then for the other ultra rare, we're thinking maybe around 150, but I could honestly see these prices going even higher, just because if people start taking pictures and stuff in AR and posting them on Facebook and stuff, this one is going to look very cool. And I think I'm going to be going for the first drop of the day, which is this one. And maybe I'll skip the second drop of the day. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think same thing for me. I don't see a lot of potential for profit in the second drop. Who knows? I could be wrong. And the first one, if I end up getting the comment, I'd be more likely to keep that than on the second one. And so Yeah, overall, I definitely think the first drop will have better potential for making some profit if that's what you're going for. And I just think it is the more visually appealing collectible. But yeah, let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, let us know what your favorite drop is if you guys are going for the first drop or the second drop of the day tomorrow, or if you're going for both the drops. Also, let us know what your favorite feature is coming to Veve this year, maybe the next couple years, what you guys are thinking. And if you guys like the video, drop a like, subscribe if you want to see more, hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe button if you want to know when we post. This is Veve Vision, and we'll see you guys next video. Let's go. OMI homies, let's go. Let's go, homies.